The Ace Attorney series is a visual novel, which are basically animated interactive books. You take on the role of a lawyer, or on occasion a prosecutor, and solve complex, sometimes silly cases. This game has a unique cast of characters, the killers especially. You see, one of the key things that makes a visual novel so great are the character personalities, and in a mystery setting, the killers themselves have irreplaceable roles. This is my top 10 of the most twisted killers in the Ace Attorney universe. I tried to keep it as spoiler-free as possible, but considering I'm talking about the guilty party, yeah. Marlon Rimes was a man with a broken heart. One side was still filled with the love from his recently deceased fiancée, the other was filled with revenge for the orca she once trained. Marlon wrongfully accused the orca for her failing heart and got a job to get closer to it. While alone with the orca early one morning, that's a tricky line, Marlon made his first attempt at murder. The captain, his boss, was suspicious of Marlon's activities and caught him in the act. After an exchange of words, the captain tragically fell to his death, which prompted Marlon to frame the orca in the hopes it would get put down for being dangerous. So I am by no means advocating any type of animal cruelty, but take the following into consideration before you ask why he's so low on the list. Even while angry at the orca, that wasn't enough for Marlon to justify its death. He genuinely thought that it was a dangerous animal. While someone else was being accused for the captain's murder, like the other orca trainer, Marlon would insist they were innocent, even to the point that he would stand up onto the witness stand himself, thereby putting them in the line of fire. He did this twice. And lastly, he did try to save the captain, which I believe is a first in the Ace Attorney universe. You can even see his heartbreak and remorse during the trial. Marlon Rimes truly was a compassionate killer, if there is such a thing. Shelly the Killer is a hired gun in the Ace Attorney series. Even after writing the article and this video, there isn't much to him as a character in comparison to the other entrants in this list. Shelly is a composed man, rarely showing any emotion and keeping his objective in view, be it murder or protecting his client. And to his credit, Shelly has gotten away twice, which is no small feat considering he managed to escape the two biggest protagonists. And while not the most evil of the series, he does have his own little laundry list of bad deeds, such as kidnapping an innocent woman, shooting another woman, holding the courtroom hostage, and threatening his client in said courtroom. Shelly has no f***s to give. He ran out while killing the star of a children's show. You know, for a man who claimed to be the perfect prosecutor, he sure did make some stupid mistakes, like leaving a bullet in his arm, or leaving evidence that could be traced back to him at the police station for roughly 15 years. You, Manfred von Karma, are no sell. I love your daughter, though. Anyways, I'll give credit where it's due. He somehow managed to come up with a needlessly complex plan and pulled it off. It all started in court roughly 2 decades before the first Ace Attorney game. He had gotten a penalty in court and took it rather hard, to put it politely. Through a bizarre chain of events, he found himself in a situation where he could kill the attorney who caused his record to be blemished. It worked so well that not even the victim realized it was him. You heard me. From there, he took in the attorney's devastated son with the sole purpose of making him suffer in true Lucasfilm villainy. But that wasn't enough for Dickbag Amadeus, because he decided to take advantage of several people to frame the attorney's kin in what seemed to be a hopeless case. All in all, Manfred, you weren't perfect, you were evil, but you were mainly just a dick. If I could use one song to describe Christoph Gavin, it would be I Fought the Law. Christoph is the Manfred von Karma from the attorney's side of the courtroom, but unlike DB Amadeus, he gave off this calm, collected, almost creepy vibe. After losing a poker game to a potential client, Christoph went into a jealous, vindictive wave of terror, which not only cost Phoenix Wright his license to practice law, but also turned a child into an orphan. And those involved with his malicious actions he kept a close eye on, in case they needed to be dealt with. Truth be told, the only thing that saved an 8-year-old girl's life was the fact that his plan worked too well when he was trying to entice her to lick poison. The thing that makes Kristoff so despicable, though, was how he kept skirting around the law to keep from being convicted. His actions also set in motion several other horrific events throughout the Ace Attorney universe. Okay, I'm just gonna set the record straight now. Not every New Yorker sounds like Joey Wheeler or the following jackass I'm about to discuss. Furio Tigre was a loan shark and shit driver who accidentally ran over a young woman. This young woman was the granddaughter to one of the Yakuza crime bosses, so of course they're gonna extort money from a loan shark. How's that for poetic justice? Furio was pushing this hacker who owed him money to make a virus that he could sell for millions on the black market. But with luck, you could only have in an anime game and a mystery. The hacker found out he had just won the lottery before the exchange. Furio wasn't having any of that though, so he poisoned the hacker and took the program. Now this is where it gets all kinds of WTF-ery. Furio got the help of a local restaurant chef to drug the waitress and create a fake murder scene in front of the only other regular customer. From there, Furio got himself a blue suit, and I can only imagine he's a god at cosplay because that is the only way anyone could mistake him for Phoenix Wright, especially the judge and the defendant, whom he had just defended last year in another case. I swear, it's like the only people with common sense in this game are the criminals, lawyers, prosecutors, and a few other exceptions. Halfway through the list, which means we're getting into the fun characters. Damon Gant, the crime computer, chief of police, supposed lover of pools, and all-around power-hungry sociopath. I really think he felt more sorry about being caught than the innocent lives he took. But that's not enough to get you high on this list of killers. Damon, however, was a special kind of jackass, tampering with the crime scene twice. Once to manipulate and blackmail his partner who was about to become head prosecutor. He tortured those sisters for years, making the elder do his bidding and dispose of anything he needed gone. Damon was even willing to let a traumatized teenage girl go to jail and actually laughed in the middle of the courtroom while all of this was going down. I would ask how someone like that even got hired in the police force, but then I think Gumshoe and... Garan Sigatar Karain wasn't even on this list at first, but leaving a baby to die in a fire is enough to make anyone think twice about a person, real or otherwise. Garan was like a more extreme Damon Gant, killing, lying, and blackmailing to gain a position of power. However, like most women, she was a bit more ambitious and evil. The people she blackmailed? Her family. Garan killed her brother-in-law, tricked her sister, and held her niece hostage. The position she obtained? Throne of an entire kingdom. Garan was in charge of a small country of simple religious folk who blindly followed their beliefs and government. Like, damn girl, I think Scar could have taken some tips from you. She stole the jewelry from Valerie. Oh, she's a trifling skank indeed. I love and hate Dahlia Hawthorne. On the one hand, she is a manipulative, gold-digging, soulless woman. On the other hand, I'm a bit of a fanboy for Junko Nishima, and the two aren't that much different. Both are really pretty, both are great at playing other people, and both are far more cunning than people give them credit for. Dahlia was the product of a broken home, so she decided to steal her father's jewelry and run away. Dahlia is also the closest thing to a serial killer this game has, killing anyone who gets in her way, including family, and targeting men to do her bidding. So while they do have some similarities, my waifu, Junko, is much better than this payday lone hoe. Speaking of waifus, here's another one of my favorite psycho women. Callisto Yu had a look and personality that just screamed, "You're an idiot, and I'm gonna tell you why." While you could argue the fact that she was just doing her job like Shelly the Killer, unlike Stone Cold Shell D, she actually took pleasure in her work. Not so much killing, but outsmarting people. It was like a game to her, a game that Miss Yu played quite well to the point of hiding right under your nose. Callisto was a spy who betrayed the people that considered her an ally, and even went so far as to kill 2 of her own partners in the courthouse. It's amazing what a woman can do with a videotape, a key, and a bottle of perfume. Dick bag Amadeus, payday loan hoe, even baby roasting Garan can't hold a candle to number 1. Everyone else in this list, no, in this game had a reason for why they killed. Jealousy, money, revenge for someone close to them, even accidental deaths happen. There is no justification for Roger Rettness whatsoever. First off, he was kicked out of a magic group for being an idiot and causing an accident. He then decided to become a sleazy TV producer, waiting for the right time. What time, you ask? The time when he can ruin a teenage girl's dream of becoming a magician by killing someone during her show. But it doesn't stop there. Not only was he going to have her sent to jail, but he was also going to sue her for ruining the show, forcing her to pay all the production and damages. Now, I want you to keep in mind that there is no way a 17-year-old girl is going to be able to pay all that in jail, meaning that he would take everything from her new family, who had nothing to do with it. In fact, the magician herself had nothing to do with it. All of it was done over a grudge that happened before she was even born. Roger, you're a dick. Hi, this is B-chan with Outright Geekery saying click that thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of geekery.